So great, we've got some good adjectives, and now we're going to describe some men with them. Well, only one man at a time. We'll stick with the singular for the time being. So to make the adjective masculine, you add a little syllable on the end, which is ur. Ur.
Ur.
Yeah. So to say that a man is drunk, you say fullur. Do you want to say fullur?
Fullur?
Yeah, so let's go back to the L thing again. If we don't nail it now, that's completely okay, because lots of people have lots of trouble with this. Try saying "oh."
Oh.
Great. And now you're going to build up air behind your tongue and just let it out all in one go. So rather than "oh," it'll be yeah. So fullur.
Fullur.
That was good. And so that says one man involved in this sentence. So do you want to say he is full?
Han Does this still have the ath?
Han
Ath.
Oh no. So it's a really good question. People often get confused. The ath is just for ing type things.
Okay.
He is something ing.
So that would just be han fullur.
Yeah, han fullur. Fullur.
Fullur.
Okay, so obviously you're still struggling, but it will fall into place. Don't worry at all. Would you like to say that you are? Well, say I am full.
Jeg full.
Fullur.
Fullur.
That's it.
Fullur.
Yep. So you do have to kind of cram in that at the end.
Jeg fullur.
Yeah. Jeg fullur. And that probably means that you could also say I am right.
Jeg
Close?
Raier.
Okay, so like the word right in English, it has got a T. Yeah. So réttur.
Jeg réttur.
Já, ég réttur. Would you like to say that he is right?
Han réttur.
Já, han réttur. You could maybe say that he is young.
Han ungur.
Exactly, han ungur. Because if you said han ung, that would just be wrong. Because it would make it sound like he was a girl, but he wasn't. So, and you could say that I am young.
Jeg ungur.
Yeah, let's do neuter adjectives, and then we'll do some questions. So with neuter adjectives, you don't add you add a t. It's just the way they like to do it. So if you want to say it is young, do you want to try that?
Það ungt.
Yeah, það ungt. Það ungt. And rubbish, I can't ever remember what adjectives we're doing. Oh yeah, so fullur, we'll try it with the... That's really hard. It is really hard. And,
sorry.
And no, it is. And so it's going to come out as fullt. So not the full fullt, but just fullt.
Fullt.
Yeah, that's great. So do you want to say it is full?
Það fullt.
Yeah, það fullt.
Fullt.
Yeah, really good. Það fullt. And with rétt, because it's already got a T on the end, they just can't put any more T on, so it just stays the same. But notionally they have a T there somewhere. So do you want to say it is right?
Það rétt.
Yeah, great. Would you like to say it is right to talk Icelandic?
Það rétt. Tala Íslensku.
Really good. This is another occasion where you use the að, in fact,
Að.
which I've never taught you, so that's fair enough. Það rétt að tala íslensku.
Það rétt að tala íslensku.
Yeah, excellent. Would you like to say it is right to find it?
Það rétt.
Just rétt.
Rétt. Að finna það.
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 Yeah. Finna.
Finna.
That was otherwise completely perfect. Það rétt að finna það.
Það rétt. Rétt.
Yeah, sometimes you want to put a vowel on the end, so you say rétta, but it's just rétt.
Rétt. Rétt.
Yeah.
Að finna það.
Yeah. And you might say, it's full here.
Það fullt. Fullt
Let's
here.
just learn how to do questions, because now we can ask people things about themselves. It's just like in English, you just change the order of the words. So if you want to say, is it right, you would say,
Það. Að.
okay. So let's pause for a minute, because I've confused you. Let's just say, it is right.
Það is, I'm not sure.
Oh, that's okay. It's the same as am, if you want to say, I am right.
Oh,
Yep.
Það rétt.
Yep, exactly. Það rétt. So that's it is right. And to do is it right, you just swap over the það and the
Það rétt.
Exactly. Sorry, I interrupted you, but
No, I'm stuck on right pronunciation.
rétt.
Rétt. Rétt.
So, yeah. R, I, E, T. Rétt.
Rétt.
Yeah, so you're putting in some extra at the beginning. So you've got rétt, but rétt.
Rétt.
That's it. That was beautiful. That was really beautiful. Do you want to say, is it right?
Það rétt.
So what you just said was, it is right, which was really good and beautifully pronounced. Now let's say, is it right?
Það rétt.
Exactly. That's perfect. Það rétt. And before you did it with so little confidence that it sounded like a very idiomatic question. Whereas now it sort of sounds more like a statement. But það rétt, put in some plural situations. And again, we're going to have different endings for male, female and neuter plurals. And we'll start with young women again. And this time, to say it's plural, we put ar on the end. So we've had if it's just one man. This time it's ar. So do you want to say they are young if they're women?
Þær.
Oh, close. Þær.
Þær ung. I've forgotten what you've just said.
But that was really good. Þær eru. So we're back in eru land now. So þær eru ungar.
Ungar. Þær eru ungar.
Excellent. Just to give you a bit of practice with that, let's learn the word for and, which is og. So o, and then that sound like you had at the end of ye, og.
Og.
Okay. So you could say, she is young, and they are young. Just think it through. You don't have to rush. It's okay.
Hún ung og þeir eru ungar.
Já, hún ung og þær eru ungar. That was great. That was really good. And Ben might say, she is right, and they are right, and they're going to be women.
Hún rétt og Thair eru riet.
Réttar.
Rietar.
That's it. Do you want to say it again? That's good.
Hún riet och thair eru rietar.
Great. And I think maybe Thair was getting a little bit blurred with Thair.
Thair.
Yeah. Hon rétt och Thair eru réttar. Fantastic. And what's our other adjective? Oh yes, drunk, of course. What about I am drunk and they are drunk?
Jeg fuglar.
Just full.
Fugl.
Og.
Och. They.
The women one.
Þær fuglar.
Yeah, really good. Og þær eru fullar.
Fuglar.
Yeah, that was great. Beautiful. Ég full og þær eru full. Is he young?
Han ungt?
Ah,
No. Han unger?
han unger? Unger.
Han unger?
Yeah, brilliant. Do you want to ask if he is drunk? Or just to say, is he drunk?
Han
Close.
Fuglar.
Futtler. Yeah, that was great. Do you want to say it all?
Han fuglar?
Futtler.
Fuglar.
You still got this kind of cur. I think you're trying to say fuckler rather than futtler. That was better. That was good. Han futtler.
Han fuglar?
It's coming, and it's really good. Yeah, and obviously, in time you'll also be able to do it in your best offended Icelandic woman pronunciation as well. Han futtler? Or is he drunk here?
Han fuller här?
Exactly. Han futtler here?
That was something.
Another verb, which is the verb to be. So we've learnt most of the bits of the verb to be, like in terms of am and is and are, but the infinitive form, the form that you would use after as if you're being as verb, is vera. Vera.
Vera?
Yeah. Do you want to?
Vera.
Yeah, vera. Which is not related to be, but is related to the were part of our verb to be, which is a real mess. But if we think about our ver and were correspondences, vera is a bit like were. Does that sort of make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So you could say, is it right to be here?
Það I can't remember right. It's like right.
It is a lot like right.
Rjáð.
Rétt.
Rétt. Það rétt hér?
Is it right here? That would be a perfectly good sentence.
Vera hér?
Það rétt að
vera hér?
Já. Það rétt að vera hér? Do you want to say all that?
Það rétt að vera hér?
Great, brilliant. And it'd be interesting to see if this word is sticking yet. For my purposes, it's no problem if you don't have it in your mind. But is it right to do it?
Það rétt?
Rétt.
Rétt. Að Gerun.
Gera.
Gera.
That was really good.
Gera.
It.
Það.
Thad.
Það.
Yeah.
Það.
Thad rétt að gera það? Do you want to just do the sentence?
Það. Það. Rétt að gera það.
Exactly. That's really good. Thad rétt að gera það? And you remembered gera really well. Sorted out. Ar on the end. And just to kind of mess with your heads even more, we'll now do the masculines, because we did masculine second for the singular. And this time, instead of adding we will add ir. Okay? Ir. So let's start with being drunk again. As it happens, I'm teetotal. There are a lot of drunk people in Icelandic, and also you do use the word full a lot just to talk about things being full. When you're talking about people, it's usually because they're drunk. So I didn't mean for this to be our kind of paradigmatic situation. But never mind. I am drunk, you're masculine of course, Ben, and they are drunk, and they are going to be masculine too.
Ég fullu og þau
Close, really good. Þeir
eru fullir.
Já, ég fullur og þeir eru fullir. Do you want to say it back?
Ég fullur og þeir eru fullir.
Já.
I forgot it.
No,
the second time.
No, you got it completely right. That's really good. Let's imagine that you're talking to a bunch of men, and you want to say you are young.
There.
Good idea. Oh.
There.
So þeir is they, which would have been cool, but you is great if it's only one of them. I'm really glad that you remembered that. That's really good. In fact, let's just pause there and just say you are young when there's only one man. If you're just talking to Ben.
Þú ungar. Ungar.
So one man is going to be on the end. So þú ert ungur.
Þú ungar. Ungar.
So it's a sound at the end.
Ungur.
Yeah, that's it. Ungur. Yep. Þú ert ungur. And now you might talk to me and Ben and say you are young, and you might still not have the plural form of you in your head. Þið, já! Great!
Þið erum.
Close. Eruð.
Ungar.
Good idea. You knew that something had to happen. Ungir. Yeah. Do you want to say it again?
Þið eru ungir.
Já, þið eruð ungir.
Þið eruð ungir.
Yeah, fantastic. That was brilliant work, and so it's time that we talked about some men being right as well as women being right, and maybe Ben could talk about me and Ben and say that we are right.
Við erum, and you didn't tell us what we.
Oh, we're men. Me, you and me.
Is there a different suffix for we?
Oh, no. Oh,
plural.
sorry. So, good. I'm glad you asked. Really good question. All that Icelandic's interested in with its adjectives is that we're plural and that we're men.
Okay.
So, we are right.
So, I've forgotten now. Við erum rétti.
Já, við erum réttir.
Við erum réttir.
Excellent. I slightly regret choosing riet as one of my first adjectives, but it is really common, so it's probably good that we just get used to saying this damn word and all of that in the middle.
I like
Yeah.
it. It's hard.
It is hard,
Let's,
it's true.
just
Roll
with
on to
error.
our neuter plural adjectives. And these, helpfully or confusingly, depending on how you look at it, have no ending. Just like the feminine singular. Okay, so we'll just go back to feminine singular for a minute and have Ben say to Rachel, "You are young."
Þú ert ung.
Okay, and then if you want to say they are young and you're talking about men and women, ung is going to be the same form. Just a coincidence, but that's just how it works. The neuter plural happens to have no ending. So do you want to say they are young when it's men and women?
I've forgotten the neutral they. Sum.
Close. Thou.
Thoi. Eru. Thoi eru.
Yeah, thou eru ung. Brilliant. And if you wanted to say that they are right, and there's lots of them,
Þú. No. Þau.
exactly, beautifully pronounced and remembered.
Þau eru. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Rétt.
Yeah, thau eru rétt. Groovy. That's really good. And if you want to say they are full,
Thoi eru. Fukra.
so there's going to be no ending, so you've just got one syllable to worry about. Thau eru
Fukra.
just fuck.
Fukra.
Oh, that was it. Great. You know, and just as the days go by and your tongue kind of gets used to doing this, it will slot into position on a regular basis. Thau eru full.
Thoi eru. Fukra.
Yeah, full.
Fukra.
It's still kind of disturbingly similar to this word fuck, which means bird, which is great. You know, it's good to know the word for bird in Icelandic. So that's
Not
cool.
quite as common as drunk.
I fear not, alas. Though infamously, Iceland has only one native mammal, the Arctic fox. So actually, if you're doing Icelandic wildlife, it is mostly birds. Let's just have the word for slow, which also happens to be the word for possible. So you actually use it a lot because you often have to say that something's possible or not possible. And it's not a very familiar word, which is annoying, but it's just very handy. And in the feminine form, if there's just one of you, it's hai.
Hi.
Yeah, with that little at the end, like we've had with ye and with og. Hai.
Hi.
Exactly. So if you want to say she is slow,
Hann hæg.
close. You just said he is.
Hún hæg.
Exactly. Hún hæg. And if you did want to say he is slow, you might say
Hann hæg.
close, except that would be the feminine adjective form.
Hægir.
Close. No t on the end, so don't but otherwise that was good. Do you want us to try it again?
Hann hægir.
Yeah, hann hægur. Hann hægur.
Hægir.
Yeah, really good. And so Ben might want to say he is slow and they are slow when they're men.
Hann hægur og þeir eru hægri. Heyr.
It's okay. That was going beautifully until you had to remember your masculine plural ending, which is totally fair enough. Þeir eru hægir. So, hann hægur og þeir eru hægir.
Han heyr och þeir eru hægir.
Higher. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I know it's a lot of sounds to get your tongue around amongst other things, but fantastic. And we might talk about some women being slow in the plural. So they are slow, but they're women.
Þær eru hægar.
Yeah, you had it right.
Hægar?
Yeah. Þær eru hægar. You can hear that the consonant changes a bit depending on what the ending's doing, and trying to sit down and teach people rules for this would just drive everyone mad. You just get used to how the sounds work. Þær eru hægar. Great. And the most common sentence that you'll use this word in is actually if you're saying it is possible, or it is slow, but probably it is possible. So do you want to say it is possible?
Það hægir.
Again, you've remembered that an ending is going to happen here, and that's really good. The ending for neuter adjectives, when there's just one, is t.
Það hægt.
Hægt. Yep, really good. Það hægt. And in my imagination, it sort of helps that the word neuter contains a T.
Yeah.
It might be that the rest of the world is like,
No.
why would that help me? But það hægt. Do you want to try saying it is possible to do it?
Það hægt.
Að it was coming nicely. Gera. It is possible to do it.
Það hér
Hægt.
hægt. Það hægt að gert það.
Það hægt. Ben might want to say it's possible to learn Icelandic. Oh no, you haven't learned. It's possible to speak Icelandic. Let's have it's possible to speak Icelandic. Sorry.
Það hert að tala íslensku.
Really good. Hægt.
Það hægt að tala íslensku. Já.
Íslensku. Já, það hægt að tala íslensku. We could turn that into a question. So Rachel might ask Ben, is it possible to learn Icelandic?
Það hægt að
Oh, sorry. Speak Icelandic. I said learn, but you don't know learn. I apologise.
Tala íslenska.
Oh, really close. Íslensku. Do you want to do all that in a row? Is it possible to speak Icelandic?
Það hægt að tala íslensku?
Brilliant. And Ben might be curmudgeonly and want to say no. How do you say no in Icelandic?
Nei.
Exactly. Nei. Oh, fantastic. And we might as well learn the word for not as well. So that's ekki. Oh, that was beautiful. That sounded lovely. Ekki. And if you want to say it is not possible to speak Icelandic, you just put in ekki where we would have not.
So það ekki hægt að tala íslensku.
Já, það ekki hægt að tala íslensku. alas.
It's like a wormhole, like you're speaking Icelandic but saying it's not possible to speak Icelandic.
Well, let's sort out the verb to learn, since I keep asking you to say this and never tell you. It's a little bit like the English word. It's læra.
Læra.
Yeah. Oh, again, fantastic pronunciation. Læra.
Læra.
Yeah, læra. So, would you like to say it is not possible to learn Icelandic?
Það ekki hægt að læra íslensku.
Læra.
Íslensku.
But that was beautiful. Yeah. Það ekki hægt að læra íslensku. Or Rachel might want to say, it is possible to learn Icelandic.
Það? Or is that the wrong way around?
That would be a question. So just, it is possible to learn Icelandic.
Það hægt að læra íslensku.
Já, það hægt að læra íslensku. Og það hægt að tala íslensku.